going on? Back at you with another video. This time we got the 2018 AFC Championship between the Chiefs and the Patriots. Let's get right into it. First play of the game that they allow is a run play. Now, let's look at what Chris Jones, the defensive end, does. Let's watch him completely just go upfield. You see him? Look at 95 on the line right there. Watch him just go upfield. Way too far. Like, why are you running upfield like that? He should be stopping right here and waiting right there and making a play. But instead, he's all the way upfield, runs up and allows the man to get the 10, 11 yards that he needs. This stuff is just so fake. People just believe this stuff is real. Look at this. Another play action. Wide open. Wide open. That's all that is. Next play. We got run. What did my defensive end do on this left side? Let's watch him. D-end crashes inside and gets dominated. Allows the running back to get outside and get the first down. How about them apples? Don't we see that so much? All right, next play. We're going to try to get through this as fast as we can. This is a longer tape. Oh, look at the DN run upfield again. Let's watch him. Crashes inside and misses the play because he doesn't do what he's supposed to do. And that's what happens. You give up the first. Next play. We have a run. And look at, wow, let's watch. Let's watch the DN. He gets demolished and crashes inside while getting demolished. And that's all it is. It's the D-line getting owned. And again, the D-line just getting owned. Let's watch this middle. The point of attack is right here. Let's watch. On the ground, blocked, ran over. 53 didn't really try to stop the run. He absorbed the hit instead of trying to hit the guy and keep him from getting in. So that's all that is. All right, next play. Looks like man coverage, safety help over the top. See, look at New England, how their rushers come in perfectly. Well, we know New England's supposed to win. But that's how you do it, guys. That's how you rush in proper lanes, and that's what happens when you do it the right way. You get a sack. You see what I mean? Maybe the Chiefs should take notes. Alright, I thought that was going to be a block. Usually when they show a punt, it's not a good thing. So look at this guy, runs right by Edelman. Like right here, you should be breaking down and making a play on his outside shoulder. He goes to the inside and allows him to go outside. I mean, it wasn't a bad return that he gave up, but it was more than he should have. He should have tackled him right away. Alright, next play. We have a handoff. What's my DN doing on both sides? One DN drops back and the other crashes inside. Jesus, man. So there was no DN on the right side, which allowed this. Watch. Let's watch the DN. He backs off. Well, actually, you know what? They're in a 3-4. This is the DN. And what does he do? He's trying to get outside, but he gets completely sealed. Like he's getting double teamed and sealed. And then they had a safety next to him who dropped back instead of pressing the line. He should have done that to make the play, but he chose to back off and do nothing. And this is just a forward pass on a motion. Look, what did the DN do? Let's watch the DN. What happens to him? DN goes all the way outside and allows a huge gap. That's the D tackle. So the DN went too far outside there. Like, I know I always say keep outside contained, but not that much. That's like you basically got washed outside and just allowed this man to just screw you over. All right, next play. Out route, wide open. Look at this. They have 3 guys over there. What is this guy doing? Watch 35. Like, what are you doing? You're allowing him to catch that. You're not even trying to run to get to the spot. You're basically jogging. But here we go. Look at the center. This looked like a false start. Yeah. Such a false start. They're not going to call that, though. Because New England is going to win. I don't think he got in there. Next play. He crashes a little bit. DN never comes off. Play action. But let's look at Brady just throw this right to the other team. He's not even open right there. Brady's just throwing it. All right, let's watch this. Brady's throwing this on purpose because they can't go up 14-0, and now there's a guy right here, guys. Brady can see. Brady is almost 6'5". He can see this guy right here, but what does he do? He throws it right to him. Justify it, you know. That's all he did. He threw it right to him. Go ask him if you don't believe me. Fullback. Well, it's really a running back, but in a fullback position. I don't know if he got there. Yeah, they didn't get there, so 3rd and 7. DNs. Decent, but one crashes inside on the right side. And then Brady steps in to almost get sacked. I don't know why he did that. He was good where he was, stepped in. But you know what it is? It's because he has the clock in his head. He knew 3 seconds passed, so he has to move off his spot. That's really what it was. Because you don't know where those guys are. After 3 seconds, you have to move off your spot or you're going to get sacked. So that's what he did there. All right, next play. All right, we don't need to see that again. Alright, so we have a slant and the in pattern right there. Look at this guy. Gets caught by the turf monster. The 45-yard line trips him. Look at him. He gets tripped by the 45.5-yard line. Like, does he really trip or is he just letting this guy go? Look at this. What are you tripping on? You're not tripping. You're just falling so he can get his yards that he needs. And then look at him. He comes in with an arm bar and doesn't even arm bar him. Nice job. Not. Whoa, that looked like almost a fumbled snap there. And then look at Sony Michel run into someone's back. Look at this. He runs into his back. Meanwhile, there's a whole entire hole to hit right here. But he runs into his back, right? That makes sense, right? You're just going to run into someone's back? Oh, okay. I'm just checking. I'm just trying to make sense of it all. All right, so we motion in. Tyreek Hill. No one's open yet. Now someone's open. Throw the ball. He needs to throw the ball. Oh, there we go. Alright. Look at the end right there, crashing inside. Takes himself out of the play. Slides away, and then he has the guy that we saw catch the ball. Alright, next play. The end. Look at how New England, they always stay sound. Because Bill will take you out of the game if you do your own thing. Well, don't get it wrong. Bill follows the script too, but he does it in a different way. Let's look at this DB. Like, what is he doing? Look at this guy jogging. Like, why is he even 5 yards away from me? Why is this safety out of position? That's Devin McCourty, apparently one of the best safeties in the league. Been playing for almost 12 years. You're telling me he doesn't know how to get in position? And this is the wheel route. I think they missed this, right? Yeah, I remember this from years ago. Like, this is an overthrow on purpose, guys. Like, he's open by 5-7 yards. So he just throws off his back foot and just sails the pass, guys. He had... this guy could have been open if he threw a laser in between, but this guy is wide open. That's a throw that he just threw it away, guys. Like, he wasn't trying to get that touchdown. Look at his face. Look, is that a face of a quarterback that's mad that he just missed the pass that would tie the game up? Does that really look like a face of someone that cares that much? Or is he just like, whatever. Look at him. He doesn't care. Because he's starting to learn the league and understanding what the rig is. Like, you got to make it look good and make it look like partially good and just throw it close, you know. He can make that throw in his sleep with his eyes closed, but he has to overthrow it, you know what I mean? He has to. That's not a hard throw to make, guys. At all. So next play, we have a wide open guy in the flat, but it's 3rd and 9, and he's trying to run away and does not. It didn't really look like he was really running, to be honest. D-end gives up the outside and lets him run in between. He doesn't close down the gap. It's very hard to play defensive end correctly, as you can tell. Defensive end comes outside correctly, and then what happens to the coverage? Oh, he goes around. See what this guy does? Never do what this guy did right here. Mr. Sorensen, you need to come this way. You need to rub this guy's shoulder and beat this guy over here and try to make a play. If you go around, you're not going to be able to do anything. Look, he goes around instead of coming in front. If you came in front, you at least have a chance to make a play. But now there's no chance. Crashes inside. That allows the screen to happen because the DN crashes inside and does his own damn thing. But no one calls him out on this. We just sit down and act like, oh, this is real. The NFL is real. This is what happens on a football field. Guys just do whatever they want and don't follow lane responsibilities. Oh, let's watch the DN crash inside again. Look at him crashing inside. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this when you have to contain the outside? Oh, it's because you're doing it on purpose. Oh, okay. I'm just checking. I'm just checking. All right, let's check this out. DNs crash inside on the left and the right side, kind of the same, but not as bad. This is a touchdown. Oh, yeah. Look at how the DB never even plays the ball. Look at him. Look at the DB. The ball's right there. The DB doesn't even put a hand in there and just falls on top of him. Nice play. This Dorsett guy doesn't even play in the league anymore. Or if he does, he doesn't get any freaking minutes. Look at how look at their rush lane responsibilities. See how he goes outside arm free? They do exactly the way I say it because they're supposed to be the ones that win. And that's what happens when you rush correctly, though, guys. You notice every single time that a team rushes correctly, they get a sack or they get pressure, they get a tackle for a loss or no gain. That's what happens when you play defense soundly. That's what defense is supposed to look like. All right, what the hell is this? Watch this D-end right here. What the hell? All right, they both crash inside this time. So now they do the wrong thing. So that tells me this might be completed. The only time you would crash inside is if they're giving up a play on purpose, guys. Just always know that. Because to the audience, they're not really going to know. And he trips on the 15-yard line. DNs come upfield. This DN, see right here what that DN did? He did the thing that I told that other DN to do when he let the running back go by. I think it was Alvin Kamara. Let's watch this real quick. Yeah, that was just, I think he did a stick knot on him. He did a head bob. Let's watch. Nah, he just pushes off a little with his right arm. The DB can't do anything about that. They're not going to call that because they need the Chiefs to score. So that push off is not getting called. Got batted. Next play. He drops back, taking forever as usual. Rush lanes are going very well. See what happens though? They go perfect lane responsibilities. Well, he crashed inside, but they did a twist. They did a twist, guys, so that's good. They did a twist perfectly. They ran that twist perfectly, guys, and that's what happens. He catches it. Look at this guy. Where's the gunners at? Not one of the gunners made it down the field. Jesus. Motion, slightly. Wide open. He doesn't even look. He had 3 guys wide open, guys. So they're probably going to score on this drive. 1, 2, 3 guys open. 4 guys if you count him. But he doesn't even throw to those 4 guys. He throws to a 5th guy who we weren't even looking at. So whenever you got 3, 4, 5 guys leaking out of the backfield and out of their positions wide open, you can expect a touchdown. Like, you can most likely expect it's coming. Like, how are all guys open on that? Like, you literally left everybody open. Like, to give the... Look at the manipulation on this kick. It's outside, right? Look at the flag's going this way, but the ball goes right. And then hooks a little bit, but doesn't keep hooking. So that tells me it's manipulation. If that wind is going to hook the ball, it's going to keep hooking it. It's not going to just hook it and then just stop. Like, you guys are more gullible than me. I would never believe that. He's not really rushing. And the DN crashed inside, but they sent the late blitz. It doesn't matter. See what happens when they crash inside? It always ends up being a big play. So I would say when you watch these games, just look at the DNs. And just watch the DNs. If they crash inside, they're probably giving up a big play on purpose. If they do their rush lane responsibilities like that, they're doing the right thing. But the only problem with this play is New England decided to leave the receiver wide open. They didn't press anybody up. But I think it's because they blitzed that linebacker who had to vacate that zone. When you blitz linebackers, it leaves zones open. So I think that's what happened on that one. That linebacker almost got there, but just missed it. They're probably going to throw right here. Yep. Look, what is this corner doing? Bro, it's pass. It's pass. Look at this. Corner, you see him throwing the ball. Like, look at this corner. Look at this corner, right? You can see the ball is being thrown. Look. He's throwing it. Look at this guy. What are you doing? What are you doing? The ball is thrown. Look at him. He's still running away. Like, what are you doing? You're still not even trying to, like, come up. Because this is part of the script. Like, I don't understand how people don't see this. Like, it's clear as day, man. It's like, it's not hard to see. They're literally throwing it in our face. They don't care. That was a false start on the right tackle. They didn't call that. Floats it up. And that could be a PI. Yep. Let's see if he does it on purpose. Oh, yeah, he wraps his arm around and runs into him. It wasn't bad, but it was enough. And then he pulls him. So that's, I mean, he did that on purpose because they do penalties to give the guys the yards. Like, if he caught it, more power to him. But since he didn't catch it, he had to pull him away. And then they make the call, and that's it. Right over his head because that's a D lineman. Actually, no, that's Hightower. But Hightower cannot run with Williams. I don't know why you'd have Hightower on him, but okay. You put Hightower on one of their fastest running backs. Hightower runs like a 4.8. That running back runs a low 4.4, and you're going to do that? Okay. So you're basically saying you're going to give up that touchdown. Like, how could you ever let that matchup happen? So the D lineman isn't really rushing in, so that tells me this is going to get completed. As it does, I can tell right away based on what the D line is doing. And this time, they don't rush on this side, but it works out almost. Oh, wow. Wow. Look at this, guys. Look at this. They didn't rush, and look what happens. Only 2 guys come in. So this guy, boom. Why can't you get him? Dead to rights, misses it. Next guy right there, misses it. Next guy doesn't attempt it, and then the 4th guy hits him, and 5th guy. And then the 3rd guy comes in to take out his legs. Almost, but stops. Okay. Next play. Got a little throw to the flat. Linebacker takes his time to get there, jumps on his back, goes for a little ride. Next play. We got a little crash inside. DN on the other side did the right thing, forced it inside, but with no aggression. Now it's a 4th and a decision here. They're crowding the middle. What if they go outside? So they run the ball, and they do not get it. Why would you put Rex Burkhead in the game? Like, why would you keep your running backs that have been running the ball all game? Like, you put in a guy with fresh legs who has no feel for the game to get you this first down. That tells me that they weren't trying to get that. Like, you don't put Rex Burkhead in the game to get this first down if you're really trying to continue the drive. You give it to Rex Burkhead if you're not trying to get the first down to keep the game interesting and send it to overtime. Obviously. I mean, I don't know how people can't see that. It's taking forever to get there. He actually oh, he touched it, I think. I think he touched it, guys. But that was on purpose, obviously. Like Edelman, you're just going to touch it? Like, you've been fielding kicks forever. Oh, I think it didn't touch him. It didn't end up touching him. I think this was one of those plays that I don't remember that it ended up not touching him. Yeah, it didn't touch him. It went right over his hand. He got lucky there. But whatever. It was probably planned that way. He's probably always going to almost touch it and make it look close and let it keep bouncing. It's part of the game, man. It's part of the entertainment. It's part of the business. Look at 55. Oh, my God. So this is just 55 should have easily picked that. But Edelman tips it up to the other team on purpose. Because that tells me that he was supposed to muff that punt. So he tips it up instead, gives him the ball back. It worked out for them either way. But that's how they wanted it to go. We don't have to keep seeing this again. We want to get to the juicy. All right, here we go. Next play, he rolls right. Goes back left. That's a throwback right there. That's what the play is called. And there's no one on this side, so he's just going to waltz right on in there. The D-end on that side crashed inside, so that allows that. Because if you're a D-end and you see a throwback, as a D-end, you got to take the running back to help your team out. Unless you're a complete ass and you just don't care about your team, which it seems to be the case. Brady gets hit as he throws it, and that's what happens. Now it looks like they're turning up the pressure. Oh, they call it personal foul. They said he hit his helmet. We don't have to see it again, but we will. Hits his... Oh, nope. He didn't hit him, guys. He didn't hit him. It's one of those blown calls where he didn't hit him. Watch this, guys. He doesn't touch his face at all. Misses him. The referee behind makes the call as if you can even see that. Like, I can't even believe that, man. Brady gets all the calls, man. He completely just... That's a magnet catch if I ever seen one. Watch this. Okay, the ball doesn't move at all. Okay. Let's slow it down a little bit for this play, because this one was a bad one. So you get that terrible call on Brady, and then this right after. Look at the ball. It doesn't move one iota. So that tells you it's a magnet. Like, no one can catch a ball like that without using the ultimate reception gloves. So even they're saying, oh, no way, he didn't catch it. But let's see it again. Look at the ball. Doesn't move. Oh, it does move, actually. It actually did move. I take that back. It's harder to see from that angle. But right there, it's hard to tell. Let's see what they call. I don't want to waste too much time on this. So they said he caught it. 1st and 10. Look at the DN getting dominated. Look at him. Instead of holding his ground, he gets shoved outside, allows a natural lane. That's all that is. And Mr. Rex Burkhead gets to make up for what he messed up. Alright, so Brady drops back. He's got a couple wide open guys. Throws it to Gronk. Gronk is fighting and gets the first. 3rd and 1. Handoff. Look at the D-end again. He does the same thing he was doing before. Instead of fighting to get that leverage, he stays there and gets pushed. That allows just enough for him to get that, I think. It's going to be close. All right, let's watch the D-ends again. But we know New England's going to score on this drive. We already know this is a fact. So they're probably going to score a touchdown. And then the Chiefs will score a field goal and we'll go to overtime. So let's watch the D-end. Because this is the D-end and D-tackles play and linebacker. So the D-tackles completely go A-gap, both of them. And then the D-end gets shoved outside and allows the hole inside. He doesn't try to condense or collapse at all. And that's what happens when you don't collapse or condense. So they return this one with 3 minutes and 30 seconds just about to go. And decent return down at 32. Hikes it. And he throws it up down the sideline to no one, into the dirt. They called a penalty. Yeah, that's a penalty, dude. You're pushing him. You have hands. You can't have hands on the receiver whatsoever at all. Like, if you have hands on him, especially when the ball's in the air, those refs are going to call it when it's scheduled. I mean, there's times when the game's script and they're not going to call it. But if it's a script and they're following a script, then I would argue that the defender did that on purpose to make the game interesting. That he had to give up the first down to make it interesting. That's all it is. Like, I would argue that on purpose. That he did it on purpose. Look at Mahomes, waits to the last second. Wide open guy into the last second and it gets picked. Should have been picked. The guy had it in his hands. Look at this. Has it and then drops it. Because it's all about entertainment. He could have caught that if he wanted to, but they have to let the Chiefs score on this drive. Keep people's eyes on the TV. And look at this pass interference. Watch this. He picks into that guy. You can't run into a defender as a freaking receiver. You ran into this guy. That's a pick. They should have called that, but they're not going to call it, so that should tell you everything. So this guy right here, that's his man. But the guy that this guy is running into, this is his man. So he's going to be wide open. It's a pick route, and they don't call it. That's such a BS non-call. Like, you have to call that. You can't just not call it. It's because they're giving up the points on purpose, guys. This is an on-time scheduled score. They're probably only going to get a field goal. Oh, they score a touchdown. Okay. So it's about Tom Brady here then, I guess. It's all about Mr. Brady. Mr. Brady. Is he bringing this out? Yeah, this is Cordero Patterson. He's a big boy. This guy's 240, 6'2". He's a big boy. Good luck to the punter there. He doesn't lower his shoulder on the punter. That's surprising. I would have. If I'm 240, 6'2", 240, I'm running a punter over. Like, I'm sorry. Crashes inside, so that tells me that they're going to give up a play. That crash inside is all they needed to allow that, guys. I'm telling you, these crash insides are so stupid. So here we go. Brady fires it. Yeah, so we already know how this is ending. This is all for Brady to look good. Let's watch the DNs. Motion. Crash inside. Double team. Yeah, they're not getting to him at all. Oh, wow. That was so fake. And then he fumbles it? So what are they going to call here? What are they going to call here? I don't care about that. Run the play, will you? So, alright. So I think what happened is he caught it, but he was bobbling it, so he didn't really have possession of it, and it went out of bounds. So they called it an incomplete pass. That's the only thing I could think of, because the game was ended right there, guys. Like, they literally just ended the game. Oh, they called him offsides. That's what it was, guys. See how this game is rigged? This game is over right here, guys. I know what they called. They called offsides. They said that this man was lined up in the neutral zone. So that's what happened, though. He was lined up in the neutral zone. Well, he wasn't. They just said that he was. He has no effect on the play at all, and they call him for that, guys. Brady gets a pick, and then they bail him out like, oh, no, we can't let him lose. We got to call a BS call to keep him in the game. Oh, no. Offsides on the defense. BS. Let's watch. Yeah, he can't even believe it. Look at Andy Reid's face. Look at Andy Reid. Does that look like a look of a coach that's mad? Or does that look like a look of a coach that's like, whatever. They sealed my fate. There's nothing I can do. I'm part of the rig. It's not my year this year. That's what it looks like to me. And then why is he lined up like that? And why is this ref not telling him to back up? Why is none of his players telling him to back up? He's doing this on purpose, guys. He's lined up offsides on purpose to allow this to happen. So you're lined up offsides on purpose. All you had to do is move back an inch, but you did it on. Look at him. He's looking in at the ball. So he knows he's doing it. And then this time, look at him. This time he's standing up and behind it. Like, come on, guys. Like, come on. You can miss me with this crap. Like, the NFL is not real, man. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just not. It's just a bunch of rigged, made-up calls. They can't even run a twist properly because they're not really trying to. They're just running to allow the offense to get shit done. That's all it is. This is so fake. People actually think this stuff is real. That's what I find to be funny. And then Rex Burkhead walks right in. And so let's see the D-line. So first of all, look how far inside this D-tackle is and how far outside that end is. So right in between these two guys, there is about 4 yards of space. If we were able to get a behind view at the defense, we would see literally 4 yards of space in between the DN and the D-tackle. Yeah, the way they're lined up. And that's where the hole is right there. That's where they allowed them to go. They basically show them, yeah, this is where we want you to go. This is our vacation. And this is where we're letting you go. And they did it. That's the hole they left open, and they gave it to him. No resistance at all. This game was handed to the Pats. But they handed the Pats the game while keeping our eyes glued on the television. That's what the NFL does the best. What do the DNs do on this? They go outside, tackle, lets him go. But he doesn't really try to make the sack because they got to make it look interesting still. Dude's wide open and throws it to him. They might have to call a timeout. Actually, this might go to overtime. We'll see very shortly. Mahomes throws it up. Let's see. They're probably going to call holding here. Let's see. Nope, they didn't. It was on the defense, if anything. We've seen this before. Mahomes just going down the field in 10 seconds. This is probably Mahomes' this is part of his whole little thing. Winning the game in the last 10 seconds. So we're going to overtime unless he misses this kick. Let's see. Let's see if they make him miss. Right down the middle. So the Pats are going to win right away because it's the tape is kind of short right now. So it's 31-31 OT. Crashes inside, so there's something bad's going to happen. Like I said, every time the DN crashes inside, something bad happens. And right on time, a crash inside. Let's see if we see it again. Yep, crash inside, crash inside. Bad play happening for them. Yep. Guys, I'm telling you, just watch the defensive ends, and they're going to tell you if the play is going to be successful or not. Well, that only goes for the NFL. It doesn't go for any other type of football. In the NFL, watch these guys. Crash inside on a twist. It's a half-ass twist, so that's going to be completed. Every time they crash inside, they give up a play. When they rush outside on their proper lane responsibilities, they don't give up a play. So that's all you got to look at. Let's watch again. He doesn't fight to get off. And the other guy on the other side crashed inside. So, yeah, this game's over, guys. There's no type of resistance. It's almost like the Chiefs got the memo that they have to lose the game. And they were told, you guys are going to lose. And they just came out with no resistance. That's what it looks like because they weren't playing defense like this all game. Now guys aren't even getting off the ball. Guys are just jogging. Another false start on the center. It doesn't matter, though, because Rex Burkhead gets right on in there. Just walks right on in there. Waltzes right on in. Stop. Stop believing the NFL is real. Look at Brady acting, pretending like he didn't know they were going to win. Like he won the Super Bowl. Look at him, man. This is all for show. Like, bro, like you haven't been there 12 other times. Like, come on, man. Like, stop, man. This stuff is so fake. Look at this guy walking away with his head down. Show us Patrick Mahomes. Why won't they show us Mahomes? Because Mahomes is probably smiling like he does every time he loses a big game. Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.